Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. Demon Slayer is back with the Season 3 or Swordsmith Village arc, whatever you want to call it. And let's just get the major complaints out of the way from the beginning. So, major complaint number 1, we're only getting 11 episodes. Yep, you heard that right. Only 11 episodes. At least this episode was longer. I don't know if every episode is going to be 50 minutes. I highly doubt it. Most likely this is going to be the only 50-minute episode we're getting, and then the rest of them are going to be, 22 to 24 minutes, the usual anime runtime. Biggest complaint number 2, Zenitsu and Inosuke are essentially not going to be in it past this episode. So, yeah, I mean, they're not going to be in it past this episode. They were in it for a couple minutes. They're off doing their own thing. On other missions, whatever, lower ranking missions, not as high stakes. They're kind of doing their own thing. And then number 3 is the time slot of when this actually airs, because I like to do my reviews because if the show's on the weekend, I like to get it early, get it done, and essentially, get it out of the way to a certain extent, so I can go the rest of my day. This is midday. This comes out about 2 o'clock my time, I think. So I guess I'm gonna be switching up my schedule a little bit on Sundays. But without further ado, let's get into this review of this beautiful visual episode here. So we start off with one of the Demon Slayer Corps basically finding Tanjiro, Inosuke, finding everybody, bringing them back. The head basically saying, this is a turning point. This is the first time in 113 years an upper rank has been defeated, so that this is a turning point. And basically a new era has begun. We then go into the Infinity Castle, where we get to see all of the remaining upper ranks. And this other demon lady who has a harp that can, I guess, make things turn around. So this is your upper rank 5. This guy hiding in the corner, who kind of looks like a troll under a bridge to a certain extent. That is going to be your upper rank 4. This is upper rank 3. We've already seen him. R.I.P. Then we have upper rank 2, who he likes to beat up constantly. And then upper rank 1, which we see his full face later on. So we get the face reveal for all of them. We learned that Muzan is looking for some blue tiger lily. Not sure why. He said, in all the years I've had you, you haven't defeated the Demon Slayer Corps, and you haven't found this blue tiger lily. I have no idea what the deal is with that. Maybe we'll get some backstory as the season goes on. But basically, he was like, you're on a thin string right now. You're on a tightrope, whatever you want to call it. You need to go out and get rid of all of them, like, immediately. Like, no more playing around. I'm not being lenient with you anymore. I don't like change. He essentially said he doesn't like change. He straight up said that. So there's your toxic personality trait. He's also no longer a woman. So back to Michael Jackson going on here. And basically he's like, yeah, go kill all of them immediately. And that's the whole goal here. Apparently upper rank 5 might have learned some information of where the Demon Slayer Corps are, or possibly where the Swordsmith Village is. I'm not really sure. But upper rank 5 and upper rank 4 are going to be teaming up. So we might see a battle between the two of them and a couple of the Hashira that we saw this episode. Maybe Tanjiro will be part of that as well. But I don't really know where this episode's going, because it's called the Swordsmith Village arc. So to me, that means we're going to get like a back history of the Swordsmith Village, and who knows what else. Maybe we'll get some other information as well. But that's the gist of that there. So let's go ahead and skip past the demons, because I pretty much explained all of that. Next, we have this kind of story with this guy that has a sword. We don't really know anything about him. This looks like some sort of so I thought this was Tanjiro, like something in the future, which I don't know if this is something in the future or not. If Tanjiro is having some sort of vision, but it's a different name. But got the similar face, similar clothes. They have a baby. This guy has some sort of mark on his face that looks kind of similar to Tanjiro, but at the same time, I believe Tanjiro was a scar, to my knowledge, so I don't think that really matters. Um, Maybe some sort of contrast. Maybe they're like old relatives, or this is his kid in the future or something. Don't really know, but he has a sword, so maybe this also. I wonder if one of these is. Who knows? I mean, we don't really have any information. We didn't get a name. This kind of looks like Tanjiro's mom a little bit, but I'm not sure because that was not Tanjiro's dad. I hope we don't have no incest going on between Tanjiro and Nezuko. Tanjiro was in a coma for 2 months. He finally wakes up. Everybody's generally happy about it. We learned that Zenitsu is off doing his own thing. Inosuke he's around. He actually jumped down. Let's see here. The Wind Hashira, he went off with his wives. Why can I not remember his name? It's been a minute. But he went off with his wives. I don't know where he is. Maybe we'll get some more information about what he's doing. But he's missing an arm. But they're like, yeah, he shouldn't be able to walk, and they're just kind of pushing him away. There's Inosuke. So we do get to see Inosuke. He was like, I woke up before you, haha. So Inosuke's actually been out for a little under 2 months, too. They describe Inosuke as a honey badger. We learn that he's essentially immune to poison, but medicine also doesn't work very well on him for whatever reason, so he has to be careful because he can't get healed up as fast, being that modern medicine, or whatever time they're in medicine, doesn't particularly work on him. And it looks like they got some nice medicine going on, healing up Tanjiro. There we go, Zenitsu. So Tanjiro is doing some training. He then gets a letter about his damaged sword because Tanjiro chipped his sword. So he didn't break it this time, but he did chip it. And the swordsmith that was assigned to him essentially said, I am not making you another sword. So this is where we get to the swordsmith village arc, where he is taken to the swordsmith village, but his eyes, ears, and nose are all plugged because they don't want anybody knowing where the swordsmith village is, because they don't want, basically getting attacked by demons, because this is the heart and soul of the Demon Slayer Corps, is the swords, the specially designed swords that are actually able to kill demons. So they don't want really anybody knowing where it is. So they switch out people. Tanjiro isn't even allowed to walk. He's actually carried on a person's back. And Nezuko's in a box, and is sealed up in that dark box, so she might be able to hear some things, but she wouldn't be able to see where they're going anyway. And it's kind of interesting because nobody knows how to get there. So any of the Demon Slayer Corps that actually go to the Swordsmith Village cannot actually know where it is. And, that makes sense. Nobody needs to know where it is for protection reasons. Nobody wants to know. And also, it seems like every single person that is a part of the Swordsmith Village wears a mask. So nobody knows what they actually look like either. And back in Season 1, Tanjiro's original teacher, I'm wondering if he was part of the Swordsmith Village at one point in time, being that he also had that mask, and now he no longer is. I'm not really sure, but it looks like they all hide their faces, which makes sense, because then, nobody can track these people down, nobody know who they actually are. They just know who they are based on the mask. But, so we get there, this is the chief. And he basically said the one that was assigned to you has been missing for some time, and they have been looking for him. But then he's like, no, Tanjiro, it's not your fault. It is the maker's fault. Like, they put it all on the guy that made his swords. They're like, he made imperfections in the sword. It's his fault. If he made the sword better, it wouldn't have broken in the first place. So they were actually blaming him. And then Tanjiro was like, you're not gonna hurt him, right? And the chief was basically like, look, you're going to be here for a while anyway, healing up, because you're not 100%. So if we don't find him I think he said within the next month or something, however long Tanjiro is going to be here, that they're going to assign somebody else to make his sword. Which, I mean, it's literally an entire swordsmith village, so I'm assuming there's several hundred, maybe. I don't know how big the village is, but maybe there's like 100 or so people making these swords throughout the world, because I'm assuming it's just not this one area. I'm assuming, they're sending these swords out all over the place, because there's demons throughout the entire world, or maybe it's just this one area. Who really knows? But we get to see some forging skills, which is pretty cool. Let's see if we can find the image that everybody wants to see. I might have skipped. I think I skipped past it. I might have. But oh, there you go. Right, here we go. Here's what everybody wants to see. All right, let's do some fan service for you for a minute. Bam, bam, bam. There you go. And she was talking about her heart's pounding. She is the Love Hashira. Don't ask me to remember her name. Tanjiro, being modest, he was like, "Please be careful, you're impressed or slipping out." And yeah, he actually kind of puts it together. He is the brother of another Hashira, but will not talk to Tanjiro. He ripped a tooth out at one point. He's not talking to anybody. He basically is ignoring everyone for whatever reason. Nezuko seems to have taken a liking to the Love Hashira, fairly much so. And she was talking about how, your experience helping defeat an upper rank basically gave you like 10 years experience. Like she said, that's what she was equating to. That's going to be extremely valuable for the future, being that you were in a group of people that were the first one to defeat a upper rank in 113 years. Apparently, her sword is also getting made or fixed or something. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Maybe she had also a difficult mission where she lost her sword or it broke or whatever. Then we get introduced to another Hashira, the Mist Hashira, who's talking to this person about a key. Not sure what it is. Apparently, there's also some secret hidden weapon in the village that's supposed to be like super powerful. So no idea. We're assuming it's a sword, but it might be something else. And then we get to see this figure again, which is the figure we saw when Tanjiro was kind of having his coma dream. Which I'm assuming we're going to get some backstory because there's some sort of relation, being that they have the same the same sun earrings. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But I mean, that's kind of where we end it. It just kind of goes to credits, and that's all she wrote for the episode. So as I said, no Inosuke, no Zenitsu. Let me see here. She said she talked about a. This is where she's talking about the reason she joined the Demon Slayer Corps is to find the love of her life. Yeah, there's a secret weapon that will make you stronger. So, no idea what that secret weapon actually is. This is a good screenshot right here. This might be the old clickbaity title, possibly, or I might just have to go with the most clickbaity thing in the world and do the hot spring take there that a lot of people were screaming about getting animated. It didn't even really show much. It showed her butt for like half of a second, and a nice silhouette going on. So some some fan service going on, which I'm sure a lot of you appreciate. Nice little setup here. I did like the longer episode. I don't know if we're going to continue to get longer episodes. We'll give this a solid 8 out of 10. Definitely worth the rewatch because I know I've missed things in this. It's a longer episode, so I'm pretty confident there are things that I've missed throughout it. As I said, excellent setup. Got reintroduced to some of the characters. I don't think we got the movie here in the U.S. because the movie was like the last 2 episodes of Mugen Train and then like this episode apparently. To my knowledge, it wasn't really like an actual movie. It was more of just like episodes, kind of all 4 episodes combined into one, you could say. Because I mean, you could kind of consider this 2 episodes. It's not, but the length of it, it's like the length of 2 episodes. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens next week. I will be here every Sunday reviewing this, and then I'll also be reviewing Dr. Stone. I might throw some random clips. I might have to find another anime to do clips of because as of right now, I'm fully reviewing both of these shows, being I have done so in the past, and will continue to do so in the future. But other than that, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and comment down below what you want to see for future anime and cartoon-related content. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.